Okay, this is it. The last chapter for which I will give an overview is chapter 15. And this chapter is focused on social institutions and the power that they have in society, but also the vulnerabilities that they are exposed to. Now, of course, one might think, well, why do we really need social institutions? Well, that's a great question because sometimes we get frustrated with some of the social institutions in our society. For example, if you ever go down to the Social Security Administration office and stand in line to get something done, you'll find that that can be a frustrating experience. The same is true of going to the DMV. That can be a frustrating experience as well. Now, most things you can do online, so some of those frustrating experiences maybe don't exist for you. For example, when I was a student, nothing was online. The internet didn't exist for civilians. And so if I needed to apply for financial aid, I had to go and stand in line to turn my application in, or if I needed to get a scholarship check or something like that, I would need to go pick it up, stand in a line, etc. Now, a lot of these things can be directly deposited to you if you provide information. So the point, though, is imagine how chaotic, perhaps, and certainly disorganized society would be if we didn't have these organizations that were taking care of these functions within society. And so some of these institutions have a lot of power. Just think about the recent decisions that the US Supreme Court has made regarding, well, for example, regarding a woman's access to abortion. The Supreme Court is very powerful. Congress is powerful. The president is powerful. Government is powerful. On the other hand, as powerful as some of these institutions are, they can also be vulnerable. And we are seeing some of that vulnerability today and have been seeing it for, well, I'd say at least the last decade. The vulnerability of our social institutions is when people begin to distrust them, when people begin to lose confidence in them, when people begin feeling that these institutions no longer work to make their lives better, but are actually making their lives worse. And they may feel then that something has to be done. Look at what happened on January 6, 2021 at the Capitol building. There were some people who felt the electoral college process didn't work, that the certification of the ballots in Congress didn't work, and so they were willing to try to change that process. So I hope, sorry about that link there, I hope that as you study this chapter, you think not just about the problems that our social institutions are experiencing, but also you think about how we can fix those problems, how we can change the way that people think and feel about these social institutions.